What the is Scott Servais doing? Why did he pull Logan Gilbert after 78 pitches on a 1-1 game when the Mariners are in absolute need to at least not lose the series? I really don't get it. Now, before I get into this, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And also, I need a breather. Check out this ad from SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. So the Mariners lost another game, and they have now lost 4 in a row, and this is to the Washington Nationals, who aren't exactly a great team. They're not horrible. They might be on the upswing with their young players, but either way, Mariners lost to a below 500 team. Now, it was 1-1, just complete deadlock, thankfully with Julio Rodriguez hitting his home run, where he is hitting 6th in the lineup, which I completely disagree with. And then it gets to the end of the 6th inning, where Logan Gilbert was pulled going into the 7th inning, which absolutely made no sense. He pitched 78 pitches, and let's take a look and see what his stat line really was. And it's not like he was pitching a lot of strikeouts, but I'm going to take a look and see what it was. So Logan Gilbert, as I'm reading it, he did strike out 4 times, but he only gave up 3 hits and just 1 earned run. And with 78 pitches, I think he really, I think he should have gotten 1 more inning, because look at what the Mariners don't have. They don't have Matt Brash. They don't have Gregory Santos. Taylor Saucedo is hurt. Mariners got rid of Tyson Miller, which I thought was also a horrible decision. And right now, the Mariners don't have the personnel in the bullpen where starters can get pulled after 6 innings. If it was 2023... then sure. And even then, I wouldn't have agreed with it, because I don't like the idea of overusing the bullpen, which Scott Servais consistently does. And then what happened pretty much right after Logan Gilbert gets pulled? Mariners give up 2 runs off of pitching by Gabe Speier, who's also been struggling. Now his ERA is ballooned to 6.75. And Trent Thornton was also a part of that as well. And boy, I just don't get it. I don't get why Scott Servais is doing this whole load management thing. I mean, I guess maybe because Texas and Houston lost, so I guess you're feeling comfortable to just load manage this early into the season. And yes, the Mariners have a 3-game lead on the division, but you can't expect that to last, especially with Houston getting their players back in, especially Justin Verlander. I mean, and you can't really see Texas slumping forever either. I just don't like the tactics that Scott Servais does. I don't like how he makes his lineups, especially putting Julio at 6 when the batting average, where he is batting well below 150, proves that he should not be batting 6. Put him in 3rd or 5th, where his batting average is well above 300 to 400. So let's do that. He won't do that. I really feel bad for Logan Gilbert. I really do. 78 pitches, he pitched his ass off, and he gets rewarded by getting pulled. And I know this sounds ridiculous, and I'm sounding a bit irrational, but if I were any of these starting pitchers, how about you just convince Scott Servais that you can still pitch just 1 more inning and not just go down like that? I know that probably sounds unreasonable, but hey, what Scott Servais did was unreasonable, pulling Logan Gilbert after 78 pitches, leading me to act completely unreasonable. But let me add to this. Let me ask you this. Does anyone really think that Logan Gilbert pitching 1 more inning would have caused him to get Tommy John? It's not like going into 80 pitches would have gotten him Tommy John. And I totally get it. I totally understand that these Tommy John surgeries and all these injuries on pitchers is really on the rise. But when you're on a hot hand, when Logan is on a hot hand, or when George Kirby was on a hot hand, which has happened before, you should let him at least pitch 1 more inning to give at least breathing room for the bullpen, because the Mariners They don't even have a day off until June 3rd. So by pretty much overworking and burning up your bullpen, that's just going to cause more long-term health problems. And we saw that happen where Scott Servais overused Matt Brash last year, and that's why he has Tommy John surgery. So Scott, let me remind you, the load management of your starters, sure, they're, quote, healthy, but it comes at the cost of burning up your bullpen. And look where the Mariners' bullpen is at. Matt Brash is gone for the season. Santos, we have no idea when he's going to be back. And Taylor Saucedo is still out. So that's all I'm going to say is this whole pitching management thing is really just getting out of hand. And the bad lineups is also getting out of hand. And I'll be honest, if Scott Servais continues to do these kind of tactics and strategies, which make absolutely no sense, and that we got Mariners media members still defending the manager to this very day, I would say we got to fire this guy before the season ends because it's just clearly not working. Players are getting frustrated. We saw Cal Raleigh get thrown out after going 0 for 4. He got ejected due to frustrations. So he's really got to bring this team together or else he is going to lose control of this entire team as if he already is. And also, you got to do something with Julio Rodriguez because some of the things I see on his Instagram, he seems to be more interested in his personal brand, which I guess there's nothing wrong with. But when I see his Instagram, it's a very flashy kind of Instagram thing rather than Instagram to like work on his game. So Scott Servais, not only fix your management decisions, but also set some discipline for the team. But of course, discipline doesn't exist because we are in a society where disciplining is just too harsh, and that's how weak and crippled that we have become. But that's going to do it for me. I thought I just had to throw this video out because I am just so fired up and frustrated at the decision that Scott Servais made to pull Logan Gilbert. But that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching, and go Mariners. And thank you very much for watching. And if you do agree with me, check out some more videos of me criticizing Scott Servais. But if you feel that's a bit too negative for you, here's a nostalgic video about the Mariners, and it is positive.